Hello, everyone. My name is Sia Knight, and I am the College Savvy Coach. And thank you so much for joining me for the series that I have that I'm calling the 2020 Project. So, what I have a variety of different people from a variety of different backgrounds, different educational backgrounds, and different professions. And what they're doing is they're looking in hindsight and telling the audience kind of what they would have done differently, or if there's something that they did particularly well, they're going to tell us about that as well. So, as my guest today, I'm happy to welcome Amber Berry. And I'm a person who believes in people being autonomous. So I'm going to allow Amber to go ahead and introduce herself to the audience. Take it away, Amber.
Okay. Hey, everyone. I'm Amber. I am a millennial. I just graduated college in 2014. I went to UC Davis in California, which was a really great experience. I enjoyed it. And now I'm a personal finance blogger. I run the website feelgoodfinances.com.
Wonderful. Okay, so UC Davis. So it appears as if you're not any type of academic slouch, Amber. And you're a personal finance blogger, you said. Mm-hmm. And give me the name of that site again. I need to fill this out myself. Us Generation Xers can learn a lot from these millennials, but what is it again?
It's feelgoodfinances.com.
Oh my goodness. Amber, I have a feeling you're going to have something good to share with our family. So let me go ahead and get us started with the question. Here's the question. Okay. What is your best advice for families of college-bound students? Now, it can be for the parents, it could be for the students, it could be a little bit of both, but what's your best advice? Take it away.
I would say the best thing to do is in regards to paying for school, definitely start applying to scholarships as soon as you can and apply to an obnoxiously large amount of them. I think I was applying somewhere between 5 and 10 per week, which is a lot. But if you set it up well in the beginning, the later scholarship applications are pretty seamless. But definitely start applying early. I only started, I think it was after I already applied to college my senior year. And then I realized I don't have a plan to pay for it. So around like winter break, early January, I started sending out applications and hunting them down. And then by the end of the school year, so those few months that I applied, I had earned about $12,000 just in scholarships, but I'd also found ways to qualify for grants at my school. So if I can do that in a few months, imagine what you can do if you start when you're a freshman. You know, there's so many opportunities the younger you start.
Okay, that sounds great, Amber. And it sounds as if you did what a lot of the students that I work with do, and a lot of the parents. They said, well, listen, he hasn't even gotten into college yet, so why should he even start worrying about money and worrying about finances and worrying about scholarships? Let's not put the cart before the horse. Let's get him in college. No, don't do that. Put that cart right before the horse. Here's the horse, here's the school. Put that cart right there. And the horse will push it along, because what you don't want to do is get into a situation. And Amber, I'm old, so I have lots of stories, but this one is fresh because I have a close family friend, I'll keep it anonymous, who got into her dream school. Okay, I've known her and her parents for about 15, 20 years. This kid got into her dream school, and around July, they were calling me and saying, we don't know how we're going to pay for this. So this is a student who had over a 4.0 average on a 4.0 scale, academically qualified, but because they kind of just let some things slip through their fingertips and they weren't really paying close attention, this student was about to go to community college because her family they weren't informed. Now, community college is definitely an option, but here's what I want for my families that I work with. I want you to have all the opportunities and the options, and I want you to pick and choose. I don't want anyone to have to pick and choose for you. And
Mhm.
Amber, it sounds like that's what you were able to do because you were so persistent. 5 to 10 scholarships per week. My heavens to Betsy.
I was desperate. I had to make it happen. So I made it happen.
Absolutely. Now, when you say 5 to 10 scholarships per week, now, can you give me an idea of what these scholarships, the applications involved? Did you have to write essays? Did you have to just sign your name with an X and they were like, oh, here you are, here's $500?
There's all kinds of scholarships that I applied for. Some of them, a good chunk of them required a scholarship essay anyways. So what I did actually, the essay that I used to apply to college, I took that one and I kind of just modified it
Mhm.
and then made that one my general one for all the scholarships I applied to, because they're generally going to ask you pretty similar questions like, why do you want to go to college, what your career aspirations are, what kinds of obstacles have you encountered in your educational life and personal life, and how you overcome them. So the questions are pretty much the same. You can just tweak the essay a little bit. And then I just had everything ready to go. So I'd have lots, I would go to the office and I would order like 12 copies of my transcript at a time. So I could just have them all ready. I got letters of recommendation in stacks. I always had envelopes ready. I already had like 15 copies of my resume printed out. So the first few times you apply, it's going to take a lot of time, like making all these documents. But after that, you just have them available. And then all you have to do is just tweak the essay, throw it all in an envelope and mail it out.
All right. Sounds like you had what I like to call a plan. So, and it sounds like it worked, and that's awesome. So, one thing that I would add, and one thing I would suggest to any of the families who are watching, make sure that someone puts their eyes on that essay before you send it off.
Mm.
Proofread. I recommend having an essay writing party. So if you have a 12th grader, tell them to invite their friends and have them all sit together. And usually if they're applying for regular admission, January, early February would be the time frame in which those applications are due. So have them come around. They will all do their own work because you don't want to get kicked out of college before you get in. But have them proofread each other's paper, or you proofread mom, or you proofread dad, not because you're trying to be nosy and you're trying to
Mm-hmm.
get in my business. No, I'm trying to make sure your business is straight because as a person, I've been on several scholarship committees. That was one thing that I would say was definitely something that could consider a deal breaker, and
Mm-hmm.
that's someone who had a lot of punctuation errors, someone who put the wrong name of the sponsoring entity. That happened one time. I tell this story all the time. Where
That's
we
super bad.
Yes, that was. I was on a scholarship committee. There were only about 7 applications, and we were very sad about that. And then we go and we read through the applications. We're like, ooh, some of these are not that good. Some of these are good. The one that was the best by and large, let's say it was Bank of America that sponsored this. And so the student started off, I am so happy to have the opportunity for this BB&T Bank scholarship. I would like to blah, blah, the wrong bank. And so we had to make a decision. Were we going to give the scholarship to this young lady because she had to read this essay in front of everyone at the ceremony? Should we
Mm.
have given it back to her and said, hey, this essay was nice, but you kind of had the name of the wrong bank? Or should we say, boy, this is really the superior essay, but we're going to just set it aside? And so, what do you think, Amber? What do you think we should have done in that situation? I'll put you on the spot.
Oh, that's a tough one. I've never been to a ceremony where I had to read an essay, but I also wouldn't want to go there and embarrass myself after these people have been so generous to give me this scholarship. I don't know. That's a really tough call. I think it would just, depend on how the wind was blowing that day. What
Right.
you had to make at the time.
Well, let me tell you what the scholarship committee decided. We went on to the next essay.
Mm, can't blame you. I mean,
So this was essentially $1,000 mistake. And we never reached out to the girl to tell her. So I often, because I tell this story so much, I often think about the young lady and I think about, boy, I should reach out to her and let her know, you made a mistake that cost you $1,000. But then why? Why, would it do her any good? No, but guess what? Hopefully someone who's watching this will help you to realize the importance of having someone to proofread those essays.
mhm.
So that's a wonderful, wonderful advice. And applying to scholarships early and often, it sounds like you're saying, Amber.
Oh, yes, as often as possible. It's also, I made really good friends with my counselor at my school, the one who actually receives all the scholarships. That's the best place to go because they'll act, if they know that you're looking, like she would call me to her office and be like, hey, this scholarship, actually, they extended the deadline because no one applied. So you're going to apply and bring it back to me on Monday and actually end up winning that one. So
Yes.
make friends, get into the office, let people know what you're trying to do, and they will help you out.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Make sure that the old adage, it's not what you know, it's who you know. That's wrong. That's wrong. It's who knows you. If
Hmm.
your school counselor or the person at the school system that I used to work in, it was the college and career center specialist, whoever gets all those scholarships, make sure they know who you are, what your interests are, and what you are looking to kind of get money for, what your intended major is, what your GPA is. And some people would sit back and say, well, they've got all my information. They know that. Remind them. Remind them. So it sounds like some great advice, Amber. And I'm going to give you the opportunity to again tell people where they can find you now that you have gotten all of those scholarships and made it through UC Davis. What are you doing nowadays as a finance blogger?
Yeah, I'm blogging on personal finance and money mindset stuff. That's mostly what I'm interested in right now. And I'm also in training right now to be a coach. So that's going to be super fun coming up in the next couple months. But yeah, other than that, just getting exercise, being a millennial, hanging out with my grandma. But yeah, if people want to find me, they can find me at feelgoodfinances.com. It's also on Facebook at feelgoodfinances. And I actually made a special freebie with all this information for specifically the College Savvy Coach family. So just go to feelgoodfinances.com/college savvy coach. You can get this resource guide with all the information and tips for where you can look for scholarships and tips for writing your essay and important questions to consider. Or you can text me, just text scholarship to 444-999 and you can download it that way also.
Wonderful. Yay. I love it when people come bearing gifts from
Yes,
my community. That's great. That's awesome. So thank you so much again, Amber, for saying yes to this interview, sharing your knowledge, and being so generous with the resource guide. So make sure you follow her directions and download that resource guide, especially for us.
special for you. It's a
For
hidden link.
us.
Only you guys can access it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so thank you so much, Amber, and I hope you have a good evening. And until next time, everyone, stay savvy. Bye bye.
Thanks for having me.
Bye
Bye.
bye.